campus of Oklahoma State University here in Stillwater, northeast of Oklahoma City. Yesterday it was blazing hot, but typical August weather. Temperatures low mid-90s. This morning we've dropped down some 30 degrees, and through the afternoon we'll stay in the 60s.
I guess my first question is, you found out yesterday that you were coming to Stillwater. You work on a pretty tight schedule, don't you?
Yeah, we were in Kansas City yesterday morning for the threat of severe storms and the risk of maybe a tornado or two. Fortunately, that didn't pan out. And they decided then to send us south to follow the cool air. So we'd be in a location this morning where it was much cooler, as far south as we could get. Well, we didn't want to go to Dallas because it's still in the 80s there. So we picked the campus so we'd have some students around, and we were able to talk to some of them this morning. So that's why we picked Stillwater.
And this is how it works for you. I mean, you're a guy who's on the go a lot. We've seen you on the national news. Tell me a little bit about what your schedule is, if you can define a schedule.
Yeah, I'm really on call 24/7 unless I'm on vacation. I usually know a day or so in advance where I may be going. I knew over the weekend I'd be going out for the risk of severe in the plains for Monday morning, and so that's how it panned out. Or for Tuesday morning, we flew out on Monday. And then after that, I don't know. I'm thinking we're going to go back and get back to Atlanta tonight, but they may keep us around for the potential record cold weather tomorrow morning. We don't know at this point. But yeah, it's sometimes dentist appointments get rescheduled 2 or 3 times. And the winter tends to be the busiest time of the year. This time of the year, we don't have a lot of busy weather unless we have maybe some flooding like we had in Texas in May. But you get into August, the severe weather quiets down, and we keep an eye on the tropics. This is really August, September. If we get a big story, it's always out on the beaches on the coast with a tropical storm or hurricane. But so far, it's been relatively quiet.
And it's the technology that allows you to be this mobile, because you don't have to drive a big truck around. You're doing all this through a backpack.
Yeah, we're using what we call Live View, and it has 6 cell phone cards in the version we have, 2 for AT&T, 2 for Sprint, and 2 for Verizon. So it hits all these cell towers, and that's how we get the picture back to the Weather Channel. So you don't have to have a big hawking satellite truck. Back when I started, we only covered tropical weather, tropical storms and hurricanes. We didn't cover our first winter system until the blizzard of 1996. So the Weather Channel was on 14 years, from 82 to 96, before we even went live in snow and ice. And that's exactly when I started doing live coverage. I've been there 24 years, but I started live coverage 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago. So that's evolved. Now we cover, and then when we started covering snow and ice, we only did the big ones. And now we're out for a lot more. I mean, we're basically live every day during the week at this point. So that has really evolved. And the technology, when I started, very few people had cell phones. Between the time I left to the airport and got to the satellite truck, if I had to call work, I had to find a pay phone and call the 800 number. And, Live View and, the little backpack widget we use to get the pictures out, it's only been out a few years. So things have changed dramatically. Gone are the days of the paper weather maps and the magic markers, as you well know. I mean, people always ask what was the worst storm you've ever been in, and I just can't pinpoint one. I mean, there's so many crazy stories out there trying to get from point A to point B. I drove once all night from Long Island up to Cape Cod. I finished at 7 p.m. covering a big nor'easter on the beach at Long Beach, New York, and drove all night, took a nap. I'm on I-95 outside of Providence. Somebody fishtails and throws my car into the median, so I'm spinning around. Traffic's coming at me. This is 1 in the morning. I've already been up, oh my gosh, mega hours. I still have my rain gear on that I've had on for 20 hours. Then I get up to Cape Cod, take an hour nap, get on the air. And so, that was a crazy, something I'll never do again. Drive all night by myself. It's not worth it.
We think you'll be back there later today, so.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know where I'll be later today. I could be on a plane back to Atlanta. I could be in a hotel in Oklahoma City. Gosh, I don't know. Where could I? I could be so many places later today.
Well, we hope wherever it is you get there safely.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.